All right, today I want to talk to you about how to install the ARMS app. So from an Android or Apple phone, go to your respective store. In this case, it would be my Google Play Store. And I'm going to search for ARMS Reach Monitoring. And there it is right here. It's a free app, so we'll just push on that. And then we'll install it. Now it requests access to my location, which is GPS, and requests access to photos and media files. ARMS does not have access to your photos, media, or anything that you put in there. Only the file that we put in there. We just request access to our own file. So I accept that. And when your company administrator set you up, you would have been sent an email. Inside that email was some instructions for you to set your password. So if you've already received that email and set your password, and you can do it either before this or after, it doesn't matter, then we'll go ahead and we'll open the app next, read the disclaimer, accept that, and we'll enter your username, which will be your email address, and your password that you set for yourself in the password set process, and just simply hit login. If everything matches between your app and our server, this will be the next screen you'll see. And this is the ARMS app screen. This is where the on and the off switch is, and so to turn ARMS on, you simply slide the switch over to on, wait for the server communication, and once we've got communication, your timer will display. To check in, it's about as easy as tapping on the badge. Just reach down here and tap on this badge. Okay. You guys didn't know it, but I changed my timer to 2 hours. That's after I turned it on. You can't do that, but for the demonstration, I made it that way. Okay, so I went through how to turn it on, went through how to check in just by tapping on the badge, and you can check in anytime you want in the next 2 hours. That'll be your maximum. So when that timer reaches 0, you're going to hear an audible alarm, and that's our default alert to try and capture your attention to say you're out of time, we need you to check in. It sounds like a car alarm. Okay, so what happens when you don't check in? When you don't check in, we have a 3-stage response protocol to try and make sure that everything's okay with you. So we'll try for 5 minutes to contact you, but let me back up just one little step. If you miss a check-in, if your timer gets down to 0, you have a few minutes to check in because we give you a little grace there. But if you don't or you can't, then we'll try for 5 minutes to contact you by telephone. And if we can't reach you by phone after 5 minutes, then we move on and we'll place a phone call to your assigned ARMS supervisor. Okay, so we'll try again to contact them for 5 minutes. And if we can't reach a supervisor, then we'll next reach out to the corporate emergency contact. And that's the 3-stage hierarchy of how ARMS app works in a response protocol. I guess I can explain some of these buttons. The panic button you see here, of course, that's almost self-explainable. It's just a 1-button push that sends an alert straight to your supervisor and straight to our monitoring center. It's an I need help now button. It's a silent alarm. You'll be in receipt of a phone call from us immediately to see what's going on, and if you don't answer, we'll be on your supervisor's trail without any delay whatsoever. Okay. And lastly, let me show you about the high-risk check-in button. Up here we have a button called Enable High-Risk Check-In. I'm just going to push that. Okay, now it asks me to pick an interval, 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25 minutes. You might ask yourself, why would I need that? And the answer, the reason we built that function is you have, say, a 120-minute timer, and let's suppose you have 100 minutes left on your timer, and you have to do something that's a little bit higher risk than normal. Something where, you should be back to routine in about 10 minutes. So if really the task you're doing is a little bit more hazardous, you don't have to wait for the full 100 minutes if something was to go wrong. You can pick a 10-minute interval, put yourself into that high-risk mode, and that will take your timer right down to 10 minutes. So that gives you 10 minutes to finish this higher than normal, higher risk than normal task that you might be performing. And when you're done that, you come and just tap the badge to get out of high-risk mode. Just returns you back to your original 120-minute timer. So that's all that's for. And at the end of the day, when you're done, just slide the on switch over to off. Wait for a few seconds for the data transaction to complete with our server in your telephone. And then that's it. And thanks for watching a bit about how to use the ARMS app.